If I have one thing that most parents say to me or complain or cry about or are upset or hurt about, it's my children just spiritually, they're so far away from God. They're so not doing this or not doing that. And what I look at is parents will be going to daily mass, or they will be praying the rosary, or they will be seeking God, reading their Bible, doing the things, loving the Lord. And they get upset when their kids turn away from mass or have liberal ideology that just goes against church teaching, or turned away their faith completely. And the parents are upset and they're just like lost. What am I going to do? What's wrong with this person? Now, I get it. A parent's responsibility is pray for their children. But one of the things I try to remind parents when I have this conversation is that stop expecting your 18-year-old child to be where you are as a 40-year-old. Where were you when you were 18, where you were 20, when they're like, well, I didn't do this or I did that. And I said, but if someone had tried to expect you to be where they were as adults when they were teenagers, they would have been equally as difficult. It's a journey we have to take. Everyone has to take it. And you get the rare Carlos Acutis who gets it at 15, dies, becomes a saint. But for the most part, all of us in some way were less spiritually mature when we were 18, 19, and 20 than we are today at 40, 50, or 60. And I think a lot of it is a problem with mental self-control of we parents, because we don't remember that, or we make excuses for, well, but when I was this, I did this happen. And when I was a youth, this happened. You have got to let them walk their journey. Now, that being said, I've said this before, and it's going to sound like it's a joke. It's not a joke. But God, in his infinite wisdom, could have chosen to have the populations grow by having us be born of eggs, like chickens or geese or whatever. We could pop out humans and eggs. But instead, God chose that each human should come from a mother and a father so that they would have this deep and abiding love for their child. That's my child. We made that child, came out of my body. There's such a great love when a child comes out of your own body, or you've adopted that child. You know this is your child. Because no one will ever love those children as much as you. Likewise, no one will ever pray for those kids as hard as you. My mom's always like, I love you. I'm like, I love you more. And I'm like, no, I don't. It might sound funny to people. I'm like, I know, Mom, I can't possibly love you as much as you love me, because I know my grandchildren and my children can't love me as much as I love them. So it's a beautiful part of God's plan. Give children mothers and fathers. Because when we die and we go to heaven, we're all going to be siblings. You're not going to be any more or less special to me than my children. It's just going to be impossible. God is going to be our singular focus, and everyone else will be equal in love for each other. Will be a perfect love. But I won't walk through heaven going, oh, my grandchildren are here, because they'll be my brothers and sisters. So this is a purpose that we as parents have, family members. Your prayers are what are going to bring that child when he or she is 40, where you are when you're 40. Again, I know the comments, you can say, well, I was there at 30, whatever. The point isn't to hold me down on numbers. It's just to say, lower your standards. Don't expect your child to spiritually be today where you weren't at that age. Pray, fast. It's probably how you got to be mature spiritually when you're 40 because of the prayers of your parents when you were a child. So just put things in perspective. Doesn't mean you shouldn't freak out when your kid's doing drugs or, walking away from the church. You shouldn't freak out at all. The Bible says not to be anxious. It doesn't mean you shouldn't be concerned, but it's not hopeless. In the Lord's time, you pray that he will put all the people that need to be put in the place of those children, people that they need to interact with, talk to, learn from. Those people will help your children get to where they need to get. It's just another example of how powerless we are. We really are powerless apart from our prayers. That's it. Everything else just makes us think we have power. Don't lose hope in your children finding the Lord. Don't lose hope if they're living in a same-sex attracted lifestyle. Don't lose hope if your child's doing drugs. Don't lose hope if your child has said, I don't care about your God and I don't believe in God. Don't lose hope. They're prodigals. They've got to journey. The Lord loves them more than you do. He will do everything in his power to bring them back. And he's got way more power than you do. Let me know your thoughts. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. Thanks for watching yet another Bacon Bit. Oh, and if you like it enough, don't forget to share it with someone you think it would help. Like, subscribe, share, and if you can, always consider a donation in the link below. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. Thanks for watching this Bacon Bit. And as always, remember to live your life sunny side up.